one. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Just Another Nerdy Podcast. I'm Jay.
Nick.
So, Tiana... We don't know where Tiana is. That's kind of a general theme. That's okay, though. We always just want to make sure. Oh,
she's here.
Oh my god, she's here. Oh, can you go open the door? Tiana's here! Anyways, I'll do the junk and garbo mumbo jumbo. So, anyways, welcome to Just Another Nerdy Podcast. If you want, you can listen to us on iTunes and Google Play. You can download us, put a little nerdy into your pocket. You can watch us on YouTube, or you can watch us live on twitch.tv/Just Another Nerdy Podcast. You can also catch us on Facebook and Twitter. We got all sorts of news and announcements and stuff that we put on each of those, and video clips. So, check us out there if you really want to. Oh my gosh. So, I've had a crazy week. Black Friday and Cyber Monday hit this week. Tiana, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to bug you. I was like, I wonder if she's...
Nope, I was just running late.
Okay. I was technically late for my day. I was trying to open a whole bunch of packages. It's Christmas. It's Christmas for me. My Christmas bonus is in, so I spent it on things.
Now I've got a bunch of shows coming up, so I've been rehearsing, and I looked at the time, and I was like, oh shit.
That's awesome. Wait, so you've been gone for a minute.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
I had like 4 trips back to back. I was on tour for like 3 weeks straight.
Yeah, you were like, so last time I talked to you, you're like, yeah, I'll be back in like a week and a half. And then I talked to you again, and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to be back for like 3 weeks. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was home for like 3 days, and then I was like, looked at the calendar. I was like, oh, I'm just joking. I'm not actually home until Thanksgiving. And
yeah.
There was one point where for a 2-week period where I was in a different city every single day.
That's awesome. I
So,
think.
by the time I got to my last trip, I was like, yay, I'm so glad it's almost done.
Did you just spend the last day like on your couch, or like when you got home, like on your couch?
I spent the last like week doing nothing. Actually, that's not true at all, because I've got 3 shows coming up. Like, I've got performances coming up, so I've been rehearsing nonstop.
Yeah, I say, you're still busy.
Yeah.
You're still busy.
Yeah, I'm performing Saturday, and then I'm like going to Muscatine and we're doing a corporate show that I'm performing at next weekend.
Yeah, so what kind of performances are you doing?
So this weekend is a burlesque show.
Okay.
So I'm doing burlesque.
Hi, Chris.
So you should probably look at the camera instead of you.
It's fine.
So I'm doing burlesque this weekend, and then next weekend I'm doing a corporate gig. There's an aerial studio that I'm taking classes at, and I've been booked to do LED. So I do fire performance. So I do like props that are on fire, like juggling props. But I also do LED performances. So I do the same props that have LED props. So I have LED fans and LED levitation wand that I'm doing next weekend.
That's awesome.
So the theme for this corporate gig is Mardi Gras for their Christmas party. I don't know why. That seems weird. But so the music is all like New Orleans like big band swing.
Nice. You gotta do something every year. You gotta do something. So great news. Nick has heard, I don't know if you've heard, but and I think Chris has heard, but we hit affiliate status. That means on Twitch that people can hit the sub button if they like what we're doing, which is awesome.
What does the sub button mean?
So we actually make money.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's great.
People can hit subscribe for $5 a month, and we're good. And if you have like an Amazon Prime account, you just hit subscribe. You connect it to your Twitch account, then you can just hit subscribe. Boom, there's $5. So like, I mean, I've got my own, like, because I have 2 separate accounts. So my account is subscribed to this account. So I'm getting $60 of my Amazon Prime subscription back, nice. Which is nice. So, and I can put it towards the podcast. The other great news. So we made affiliate, and we did an interview this week with Meteor Matt. He's an LGBTQ streamer who is the most entertaining man alive outside of The Rock. I don't know about that, but he's just so good. He does amazing things all the time. He's been doing streams with marbles, where apparently, like, in chat you say, like, hey, I want to play, and then he just commentates as these marbles race each other down a track. It's actually incredible. He does a really good commentary. He plays a lot of really fun stuff. He played Red Dead 2, and he loves Red Dead 1. He did not like Red Dead 2.
Really? That's the first person I've heard that from. Like, everyone I know that's been playing Red Dead 2.
Change the mechanics that he loves, or...
I think he didn't like the story as much. He's very invested in the story, and he feels the first story is better than the second, which is the thing I have heard. I've just gameplay wise, I have not heard that.
See, I've heard nothing but amazing things about
the one thing I will say about Red Dead 2 that since I've been playing it, it is so hard to be a good person in this game. It's very much like Dishonored, where like you have to actually work to be good. You're not allowed to just take from any dead body's pockets. Especially if you murdered them, because then you get double in trouble. Like,
that's kind of frowned upon, murdering and stealing.
Well, so...
But, like, if you already murdered them and, like...
Yeah, then they give you another hit for taking stuff out of their pockets. A bear murdered this guy in front of me, and I was like, well, he doesn't need his stuff. Bad guy. I'm a bad person for taking from a dead man's body. No, Rockstar! No! So I get in trouble for that stuff, and then I get in trouble because, like, I don't know. So my horse hit another guy's horse, and the guy got up and was like, what the hell? And just started shooting at me. So I murdered him. Ding, bad person. Then I steal from his pockets. Ding, bad person. I just, like, I can't get ahead on the good train because I keep doing terrible things to people. Like rifling through all the dead people's pockets. But if they're a bad person, if they're a Driscoll at all, you can kill them. It don't matter. You can steal whatever you want from their pockets. But then law will show up, and then they'll start investigating the area. They catch you. You're a bad person. Damn it! This game, it's hard to be good. I might just go full bad. I don't know.
Do it.
We've been waiting for it to come out on PC.
I've heard they're working on it.
Yeah, it's in the works. Like, it is happening. It just hasn't come out yet. But Devin definitely wants it on the PC versus PlayStation.
Well, yeah. I mean, the mods are going to be a lot better.
We also
probably how it runs is going to be better.
We don't pay for online for the PlayStation. We just don't bother because pretty much all of our online we do on PC. So why bother paying?
I bought my year online subscription just for the games with gold because sometimes they're good.
Yeah.
So if you just knock it out for a year, and then I can play Friday the 13th sometimes if I want because I like that game.
I don't play a whole lot of online games personally, and like I'm the one that plays the PlayStation mostly. He's the one that does the online gaming. Yeah. And he prefers PC gaming.
I don't even have a Switch yet, like the online service.
The $20. I don't know why. It's only $20, and I can't bring myself to spend it.
I'm going to
$20 for like a year. Are you serious?
I'm going to when
for an entire year, and they give you free NES games. Yeah, no, I really need to because Smash. So the other sweet thing. So Black Friday hit, and I went nuts. I got my Christmas bonus in. So what I did first was So next week we're gonna have all new microphones. So 3 microphones, one per person, and we got a mixer coming. So we got this nice $200 Yamaha mixer on the way.
Oh, I didn't even know you needed a mixer. I think Devin was selling his.
Good timing.
If I'd known you needed one.
So we bought this mixer, right? So it's coming, and it's a USB mixer, so it's gonna go great. So we got that. I got in their floor mics, and they've got shock mounts, and 2 of them are sitting outside, and I just want to play with them, but I can't. I also got the SN30 Pro right there, which is that Super Nintendo-ish looking controller that's just uglily plugged into my thing. Uglily. Yeah, ugly. There we go.
See what they did, though. They tried to make it close to the exact size as the Super Nintendo controller, but they moved everything up to squeeze in an extra button.
Yeah.
That's why it's so uncomfortable. So
the whole point is the D-pad. Like, that's what that's why people want it, is the retro D-pad, and it Bluetooth straight on. So I also got a Pro controller from the Facebook Marketplace for $40.
That's a good deal.
And so between that thing, and then my normal controller, I'll have 3 controllers, because I also pre-ordered Super Smash Brothers for $30. Because the Marketplace had it for $40, and then they gave me a $10 coupon, and I was like, did I just get the new Smash for $40? So that's not, clearly it's not here yet, but once it gets here, I'm excited. I was like making it rain money. And then the saddest thing happened was I thought I found Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart for $20 a pop, and it turns out that was too good to be true. But I won that eBay battle and got my money back. So
the only thing I bought was a new fire prop, and that was it.
Yeah.
I meant to buy a bunch more stuff, and then just... Oh, I take that back. I bought covers for one of my fire props as well.
So I'm kind of disappointed in the Black Friday deals. One, Mario Kart and Zelda didn't go up at all, like, on sale. Those are the two that I thought they should have.
Oh,
but
definitely.
I understand that they didn't because those will still make money no matter what. Ironically, though, they put Super Mario Odyssey up for sale, which is in that same category, I feel like, of, like, the
Odyssey's
must-have Switch games.
Kind of come and gone at this point.
Yeah.
I think
And then...
it makes more sense to me.
And then, what was it? I missed out on, they had Crash Bandicoot on the Switch for like $17 at Walmart, and I was holding it, and I was really drunk, and I was like, I'm too drunk to buy this, and I put it back, and I came back the next morning, I was like, no! So,
Actually,
yeah.
I'm submitting, like, Devin's family does Christmas lists and all that, and I keep thinking, I was like, what the hell do I, like, I don't have anything that I really need or really want. That's what I need to be putting on Spyro and Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Don't have those yet.
So I want Crash for the Switch really bad, and then I want Spyro when it comes out on the Switch. I want them on the Switch because I feel like those are perfect Switch games.
Yeah.
Like they're fine. They'll be fine on the other consoles. I like the idea of being able to play them on the road and wherever I go. Because like Grace and I, we travel. We go to Wisconsin a lot, and there's a lot where she'll be driving, and I'll be sitting there with my Switch, like trying to stay distracted on a several-hour car ride. So,
right.
You know, and then I also just bought a 200 gigabyte SD card for my Switch too, which was like only $30. So I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Really, you're mean for calling it ugly.
What?
Chat.
Oh,
Split on Black Friday.
It's not ugly. The way that it's plugged in and just hanging there is kind of ugly right now. But I'm looking, so you don't even have to see it from our perspective, but I have to look at it and be like, because I've been trying to get this whole room not ugly. But I'm pretty pumped. And then so I've had an up and down week. Monday, yeah, like yesterday, and then Monday, I had a sinus headache that just stuck around.
Yeah, I was having the
It
same
disappeared
thing.
this morning. It was weird.
I actually, Devin and I both had the same thing. Like, I just feel like with the weather changing or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The exact same thing.
It was weird on Monday. So like Monday, and I thought it was because I played Red Dead for like 5 hours straight. Maybe 5, maybe 7. I don't know. But by the time I got done, I felt terrible. It was a good time. But the other thing that sucks about that game is because everything takes such a slow pace. I did not get a lot done in that 5 hours.
I've been playing because I'm still playing Dragon Age Inquisition because I had never gotten around to it. That game takes for freaking ever. There's so much to that game.
Oh man,
That's the one that I've been binging.
Because those are the same people who did Mass Effect, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
it's their third Dragon Age game, and it's...
well, I need Dragon Age. Dragon Age 2 is coming out on Xbox Gold next month.
Oh, is it?
And I don't know if that's...
So Dragon Age 1 was fun, and the Dragon Age 2 was fun, but it was short. Like, I finished Dragon Age 2, like, in less than 48 hours. It was just, like, a quick little... It was tiny. Now Dragon Age 3 is taking forever.
Let's see. I was with you for life 3 to 4 hours with you Monday. Yeah, you were.
You
Yeah.
was live streaming for 4 hours on Monday?
On Twitch or on my gaming channel.
Okay.
I was playing Red Dead. I was like,
you're talking for 4 hours.
So we were supposed to do like a movie Monday, and I just woke up and I really wasn't feeling it because we were either gonna watch Tusk or I was actually gonna see if we could push for that Netflix Kurt Russell Santa Claus movie.
Oh my god.
I watched like the first 5 minutes of that, and Sarah's like, "No, something else."
I saw like 2 minutes, and I was like, "Oh my god, this looks amazingly awful," and I just didn't spend any time. I haven't like a while ago. I was like up every night, like watching stuff and like working on the podcast, and like now I'm like, it's bedtime.
And Sarah's a big fan of Kurt Russell too, so.
Yeah, Kurt Russell is cool Santa, but those elves look terrible.
I haven't even watched the trailer for it. Like, it kept popping up on the, like, check what we have coming out, and Devin's been like, no, just no.
If I were to watch it at all, it would be on Scener to make fun of it. Like, there's no way. And my parents and Grace's parents keep telling me, like, it's amazing! And I'm like, I'm sure it is.
Wonder how the reviews are going.
It's not great. I've read some terrible stuff already. But
it didn't look good.
yeah, no, and you know, to follow up on Buster Scruggs with that, like, because we watched Buster Scruggs and that was
What is Buster Scruggs?
it's a Coen Brothers movie.
Gotcha.
And
It
like
took an emotional toll.
yeah, it's an anthology series. So it's
it's an anthology.
Five stories.
Six,
five or six Western stories.
Okay.
And the first one's like really hokey and campy, and then from there it just goes downhill. Wait, it goes up for a second, and then just way back down.
There's one that wasn't depressing, and they're like, all right, well maybe they're mixing it up now. Nope, that was the only one.
No, they followed it up with a punch to the gut, like the hardest punch to the gut too. It was the worst.
It was bad.
It's a great movie. It was like it emotionally gave you a ride. Like that's the thing. Like I love that movie. I thought it was great. I read a lot of reviews though. People were like 2 hours wasted of my time, and I'm just like, I just don't think you got it. Like, because it was good. It was just one of those like, oh my gosh, and you had like all sorts of like really good actors in there, like Liam Neeson.
Oh man, that one.
James Franco was in there.
James Franco.
I don't know why. Like
I forgot about the Liam Neeson one. That one was depressing too.
Oh, the Liam Neeson one is harsh.
What
like
an asshole.
It is harsh. Yeah. It was a good movie though. So and then to follow that up with like Kurt Russell is Cool Santa. And my parents, I said, yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing Kurt Russell as Cool Santa. My parents go, oh, he's cool. He's cool. And I'm like, okay, Mom and Dad. All right.
I'd see an R-rated version of that. I would.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
As Kurt Russell as Cool Santa?
Russell as Cool Santa.
Well, what's that one movie? There is a movie. He's not Cool Santa. He's like Murder Santa. Goldberg. Goldberg is Murder Santa.
Oh, that one was bad. That was so bad. I watched that one. Santa's Sleigh or something like that.
Yeah, Santa's Sleigh, and it's SLAY, isn't it? Like he's holding a knife.
I was gonna say I like the name. That's
the name is good, but it's one of those ones where they're kind of like winking at the camera the whole time and making jokes that weren't very funny. It was hard to watch.
Okay, so
did I tell you guys I finally watched Yoga Hosers?
Did you watch it?
Oh my god, it's fantastic. It is fantastic in that like awful like.
We were planning on. So I put it up one day and Nick was like, and I was like,
it's a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah,
but starring like his daughter and
Johnny Depp's daughter. Yeah.
It's super cheesy in an awful, awesome way.
Well, maybe we'll do that one then, because I
that would be a good one.
I voted against it because it just
Nick was like, I don't really want to watch. I was like, okay, something else. So then we watched fucking Flintstones instead.
Oh, dude, no, Yoga Hosers would be way better for us. Like
Flintstones. The end of our review of Flintstones, like when we watched it, we were just like, not as bad as we thought. Like, and Nick yelling, "He wants a smelly dick."
That's what he said.
He did. He did. Okay, so let's do a little nerdy news. We're gonna knock out a little nerdy news real quick.
I'm adding Nick ideas. R-rated Cool Santa Kurt Russell.
To jam movie ideas.
Jam movie. Nice. Oh, okay.
So
a little nerdy news this week. I'm just gonna scroll because I didn't even have enough time to read most of these, which is shitty. But this is my life right now. I've been too busy surfing the Black Friday deals and shit. Cowboy Bebop live action series heading to Netflix.
I don't know how I feel about that. If I want to watch Cowboy Bebop live action, I might just throw on Firefly again.
Or just rewatch. I mean, you don't even have to live action. You just rewatch Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a chance.
Yeah, if they pull off, great. But I mean, they didn't pull off.
I was gonna say Death Note and Bleach were I think two misses, weren't they?
Here was the thing about I know like Death Note, and I know also which one was it? Full Metal Alchemist. Like it says Netflix did it, but no, Netflix just signed it. And the reason I know that is because I had them at a convention, and like I had the guest from Japan, and like it wasn't actually a Netflix film. It was a film done in Japan that Netflix was just like, oh yeah, we want that over here.
Yeah, they do a lot of acquiring, and,
Yeah,
and
they
then they'll
acquired
slap their
it.
name on it.
It's not like
Netflix, so all of Arrested Development, all of it is supposedly a Netflix original. The first 3 seasons are not, but they still claim it. It's how they handle things, and it's a little weird. I don't know.
Yeah, like the Full Metal Alchemist movie, they claim as a Netflix original, but I was there when they like streamed it for the very first time they did it in America was at Anime NYC last year. And we had the director of it actually came from Japan to watch it, and they had like it was an extra ticket event or whatever.
Huh.
So that was one of our big events at Anime NYC last year, and the whole reason he came was because they were trying to prove that people in America actually give a shit about Japanese films, and so he came and he like sat in the audience and watched the film with everybody, and then afterwards he went out into the audience and had anybody who was interested ask questions.
Nice.
Like we had to stay for hours to wait on him because he answered every single question people had. It was really cool,
nice.
but I was like, we'd like to go to dinner, please.
Yeah.
I'm
hungry!
It was like the convention ended 3 hours ago officially, but okay, we'll just stay here.
Okay, and then they've already announced a sequel and an all-female spin-off to the new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse coming out.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was a big announcement this week. I'm interested in the all-female Spider-Man because they actually have quite a few.
They do.
Yeah, they have quite a few females and Sony's hitting it hard. I have a feeling that the Venom stuff's gonna fizzle out eventually, but I think this is gonna be what Sony cashes in on the most.
I will say Into the Spider-Verse was one of our biggest things at Comic-Con this year. They was on my main stage at Madison Square Garden, and it was huge. People went nuts for it.
I want to see it so bad.
So do
I'm so
I.
excited.
I'm actually really mad at myself because I still haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph, but outside of that, that is the most thing. Artemis Fowl teaser trailer's out. Have not seen it.
I saw it.
Is it? What do you think?
It could go either way.
Okay.
I'm leaning towards not good, but
I think I read one Artemis Fowl book when I was a kid, and I don't even remember.
I haven't read any of it.
Yeah,
I read the first one. It was cute.
It just
it was much lower than my normal reading level. Like by the time it came out, I
Yeah.
was already reading like Lord of the Rings and all of that as my normal reading. So it was. I know a lot of people though that really, really loved the books.
Yeah, it's got a lot of hype.
So most people I know are watching the trailer and going, "Please don't, please don't, please don't."
We're still having Avatar: The Last Airbender flashbacks.
Right.
Oh God, no! Oh, I'm right.
Fair, at least this is Disney and not M. Night Shyamalan doing it.
That's
so.
true. That is true. It's terrifying. Netflix is going to be adapting Ronald Dahl books, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, the BFG. They're going to actually turn them into a TV series. They're going to make a TV series for like an episode for each book.
Animated, right?
Yeah, it's going to be an animated series for each book. I think this has some potential.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm a huge Roald Dahl fan. Like that was of children's books. Like that was one of my favorite authors.
Until this came out, I didn't know that those were all books together. Like I just thought those were separate stories, but I can now see like the similarities in the story structure for each of them.
It's the same author, different stories.
Yeah, but like I didn't know that they were connected by the author.
Like,
I mean, it's the same author. It's not like the
same
same
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
not
Like
the
this
same
the same. Yeah, just the same author.
Yes,
the same guy created all the same stories.
Yes, got it.
And I didn't realize that until like they just released this story, and I'm like, that's actually pretty cool, and I'm pretty excited because I don't know, I really enjoy all of that. That's all some of my favorite
He also
stuff.
did Fantastic Mr. Fox and what else did he do?
He hated pretty much everything he's seen that they've done of his books.
I mean, aside from that god-awful Tim Burton Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that was awful.
Yeah, he hated like the original. He hated what was it? Pretty much all of it.
Yeah. What else has he done?
Did you not like Matilda? Matilda's a fabulous movie.
I don't know. I mean, I like Witches.
Witches. Yeah.
Who was that? Principal Trudgebull?
Yep.
Is that her name? That woman killed it.
Yeah.
Like that, the woman who played that character just nailed.
I honestly thought that the movie did a great job of capturing the book. Like, that they kept it like there was quite a few scenes where they did like line for line right out of the book.
And somehow Danny DeVito playing both the narrator and the awful dad like worked. Like he has the sweetest voice ever, and then he's the biggest asshole as the dad, and it didn't derail it at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he felt about Alden, but like every single time I read his thoughts on one of the adaptations, he just outright hated it. Yeah. Like actually worked for it to not exist or something, or to get his name off of it. And like 2 or 3 of them.
Well, I mean that's why like for a long time Stephen King. There wasn't any new Stephen King movies coming out because Stephen King hated every single thing that was coming out. Now, anything that is a Stephen King film, he has to have like creative input on it because, for example, The Shining, Stephen King hates The Shining.
Yeah, the movie, and it wasn't nearly as good. The Stephen King version of it, the miniseries. Yeah,
a lot of the horror films that we know of, they were like, oh yeah, Stephen King's a big horror writer because Stephen King hates him. He's like, this is not my message. This is not where I was going with this.
Yeah, you can definitely tell on The Shining because that was like a highly personal story for him because he was dealing with alcoholism. And it's about alcoholism. It's about himself dealing with alcoholism, and then they turned it into The Shining. So he's like, this is not The Shining.
That's interesting.
Fun fact, Stephen King writes science fiction and fantasy novels for most of his books. He is not really a horror writer for most of his stuff.
Well, yeah, even it is like an interdimensional being, isn't it, or something like that? Like
I will say, it was actually it was pretty terrifying. You saw me when I was reading it. Somebody walked past the store with a balloon, and I like flipped out. Jared was like laughing his ass off at me, and I was like,
I hadn't even because I had a buddy who just like when he was reading it, he just kept looking at me going, "We all float, Jared. We all float." And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay. Speaking of horror, Jordan Peele is confirmed to be he's confirmed to be in the Candyman remake.
Yeah, he's writing it.
Nia
producing it.
DaCosta is going to direct.
I'm not sure. I loved Candyman when I saw it as a kid. It's great. Tony Todd.
I don't know. I've never seen it. I'm looking forward to seeing because I do. Jordan Peele is fantastic.
I think
like
do it justice.
Did you guys watch Get Out?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't. It is on my list of I know I need to. I know it's supposed to be amazing.
It's so good. Like it's so good. Like it's surprisingly like it is scary and suspenseful, but also very funny.
Well, I know it's also supposed to be like. I know it's also like got this huge message to it. Like.
Oh yeah.
So and like when it came out, I just moved out of St. Louis. So St. Louis is where like the Black Lives Matter movement started. So a lot of my friends, like there was a lot of posts and a lot of articles.
It's hard. It's hard to watch. He'll show up to his girlfriend's parents' place, and they're like, "Hey, bro,
I like Obama."
Yeah,
yeah.
So oh my god,
I know it was a huge commentary like on the Black Lives Matter movement, stuff like that. So that's
it's good.
Yeah.
It's a good message too.
Something weird. Telltale's Minecraft story mode is gonna like launch on Netflix.
Okay.
Somehow there's going to be
gonna be like the Red versus Blue show.
Well, no. So it's weird because it is a game, but it's also so I guess there's going to be instructions on how to play it through your browser.
Oh,
but it's like a click adventure. Like
there's Puss in Boots. There's a thing for Puss in Boots that does that.
Oh, really? They've already launched.
It already has that.
Okay,
that's been there for a while actually because I maybe watch a lot of kids movies on Netflix, so maybe it recommends that on a regular basis.
Feel proud. We're nerdy here. That's our nerdy.
If you go into the kids portion of Netflix, the Puss in Boots has a interact and has your like choose your own adventure. And you, like, has an app, like, that you can download to your phone, and you can choose how, there's different, like, I don't know, how you interact on your app. I haven't actually done it, but it looks like an interaction.
Well, and I know they're looking into, like, more interactive content, because they said they're going to do a choose your own adventure ending for at least one episode of Black Mirror. They're going to have one of the episodes coming up is going to be a choose your own adventure type of thing. So then they're experimenting with interactivity, which
that's cool.
I mean, I would not be opposed to Netflix also looking into video games, because like first of all, if you don't have Amazon Prime, or if you do, sit down and do some research because there's a ton of shit on Amazon Prime. I didn't even know I had Twitch. There's free games they give you every month on Twitch. Like through the Twitch browser app, you got free games from Amazon Prime monthly, and then you have free music. You have like the video subscription series. There's books. Yeah. There's so much shit, and so like I like that, and so it'd be nice to see like Netflix expanding as well, because that is a subscription that unfortunately, until Stranger Things Glow and there's a few other shows are done, I will not be able to cancel my subscription. Like, I've lost interest in the Marvel series though. Like I'm kind of bummed with myself about that. Who's this? Pajama 420? Pajama ma'am?
You shout out my friend's Twitch. His name is, how do you pronounce that?
I don't know. Gay porn? I can't even read.
It's I love gay porn.
Oh, I love gay porn.
Yeah.
Ah!
Shout out.
You're so funny. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm super curious about the previous one.
Bark, bark.
Bark, bark.
So Chris's joke is that he's in my bushes and he's my dog.
Got it.
So, okay.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I fell off the thing. Oh my god. Oh, Red Dead Online. Red Dead Online beta has launched. Should be available pretty soon, actually, for everybody. There is a battle royale system in there, so if you want Fortnite with cowboys, gotcha. I don't know how many players it is though. Like it could be less, could be more. Really sad news is the creator of SpongeBob passed away. He passed away of ALS or symptoms of ALS. I think that's actually, as a gamers crew, we all kind of have a little bit of relationship there with like David, who used to own it, his mom. So that was something like I never knew about. But we all I don't know how many of us did the ice bucket challenge.
Oh, it sucked.
I did it twice.
I did it once.
I didn't do it at all.
Because I did it once at the theater, and then I did it once at the gamers, and it was cold both times. So
yeah.
You know that sucks, but you know hopefully everybody with his family and friends, hopefully they're at peace and moving on. Not but for real.
Yeah, nope,
don't read it.
Don't do it.
His name is.
Don't do it, man.
Read it, man. I'm telling you not to read.
But I want to read it. I am
Seriously,
a rapist. Oh, I'm a rapist. That's.
Well, there you go. We tried to warn you.
Clip that shit. Okay. Guillermo del Toro. Nope, that's just a news article. Jeffrey Dean Morgan may possibly come back to Supernatural. He basically said he'd consider it.
What is he playing Supernatural?
He's John. He's the dad.
Oh.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan's the dad that was on for like 2 or 3 seasons, and then he just disappeared. Well, he's in hell, but
No, he's not in hell.
no, I'm pretty sure he went to hell.
No, he went to hell, but then he got out of hell, and now he's in heaven. I've been watching Supernatural. That's what I'm binging right now. He got out of hell at the end of season 1. No, end of season 2.
I was gonna say it's gotta be 2 because like
End of
season
season
1 he's pretty much alive, and then
End of season 2.
Have you? No, I'm not gonna read it. I can't even read your name right now, but just. Hugh Jackman apparently is teasing some huge announcement this week. Oh, you know what? So they said that it's possible the Avengers trailer is going to come out this week.
Yeah, I heard that.
So
I heard that.
I wonder if those two could be. If I'm actually going to be pissed if that movie, if they pop out the trailer and fucking Hugh Jackman comes out in a Wolverine costume in the trailer. Fuck you. That's all I can say, because that's ruining one of the biggest. That would be one of the biggest reveals for the movie, and they do that. They've been ruining their movies lately by putting all the good shit in the trailer. Venom, there's a ton of good shit in that movie that could have been just a surprise, but they put it in like 3 or 4 different trailers.
Don't.
F is for Friends. I was just reading that.
Okay.
I'm not reading the rest. They're teasing a Skyward Sword for the Switch.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. We made affiliate. That was.
We already said
that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there was a full Birds of Prey title. I think this is just. It's on the script. I think this is just like something they like. They just teased on the script, but it was like Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous emancipation of the one Harley Quinn. Yeah, probably just them goofing on the script. Yeah, I think that's basically. Yeah, because we talked about Elseworlds last week. Apparently, there's a Doctor Who. So they're not doing a Christmas special. They made a whole hubbub about how they're not doing a Christmas special, and now they're like, "Yeah, we're doing a New Year's Day special." I was like, "Are you kidding me? What is this shit?"
I heard she's only doing one season. I heard that she's
Really?
Yeah, I heard something like it was a discussion we were having at Thanksgiving that she's already like talking about quitting.
That's too bad.
Yeah, she's very talented, but I don't know. Because then what? You know, like I really wanted them to kind of steepen her for like a little while, just like kind of let her do her thing, make her own Doctor, because it really takes like a season and a half to 2 seasons to make a good,
right?
Like to make your Doctor who they are. Or at least it took. I mean, well, okay, it took David Tennant probably about a half a season.
Right, no kidding. He was just, I fell in love with him immediately.
Yeah, Matt Smith, I think, was about a season, and then what's his name? Peter Capaldi was like a season and a half to 2. Like, it took him a while to actually become. Because he was all over the board. Like, it was really weird. Like, one minute he was, like, cranky old man, and then he switched to, I'm also cool and have an electric guitar and sonic screwdriver sunglasses, to this like happy medium in the 3rd season. So I don't know. It took a little too long for them to develop him. But I'm that kind of bums me out if they're not gonna.
Yeah.
Not gonna give her, or she's not gonna.
Yeah.
Heard good things.
I've enjoyed what I've seen so far. I think I saw the first 2 episodes. I fell off when they were like, "We're doing an episode about Harriet Tubman," and I was like, "Or no, was it Harriet?" Yeah, I think it was Harriet Tubman. No. Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks, both African American historical women, one during the slavery era, one during the civil rights movement. So yeah, Rosa Parks was the one, and I was kind of like, I don't know, something about 1960s civil rights meets time travel.
So it's not official, but there's rumors that she is to leave during her second season. Due to multiple reasons.
I would give her till the end of the first season to find out, because like even they had the point where the girl who was playing Clara, she actually dipped out at one point. They wrote her death, and then she changed her mind last minute, so they like retconned her back to life.
Yeah.
So we could even see like that may happen.
I know a few backstage things, but that'll tell you guys later. But
yeah, we can't reveal.
Chris says, can they do both Christmassy and New Year's?
Yeah, I suppose it's just the one's released on. It's going to be released on New Year's Day rather than Christmas Eve or Christmas night.
Yeah, we'll do a little more original. Do something where New Year's is at least a different holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and it's not so rooted in.
Yeah.
Like, however, yeah. It's whatever it wants to be. However, Nick Frost as Santa Claus was fantastic. So, like they said, they ran out of ideas. So maybe there's actually more ideas tying into like a New Year's type of thing. But it's just kind of a blindside that they changed, because the reasoning that they said behind not doing a Christmas special doesn't line up with why they would do a New Year's special. So they said that they didn't have enough ideas for that budget. It was a big budget, and they come up with grand ideas, and this time they're like, we just don't have
any. You know what? I can see that. I can totally see that. I mean, the Christmas special has always been there. Holy crap, we need to like have it. This needs to be our biggest thing of the whole year, and it has to be Christmas related. But they've done that now, 17 times?
Well, so
New Year's is at least a different holiday. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It can be.
I thought they had a bit of a dip. A bit of a dip when, like, what was it? The guy who played, he was Jimmy in Shameless. he was like he was Goku in Dragon Ball. Justin something or other.
Yeah.
They had him as a superhero on one of the Christmas specials, and it was a good episode, but it wasn't like Christmas special level. My opinion, like, I mean, there was some money put into it, you can see, but like the way that it was written, it wasn't as epic. You know, like, I mean, they had the Husbands of Dr. Song, they've had the Day of the Doctor, they've had also they had the one where it was like, because it was the Day of the Doctor, and then it was the one where Matt Smith actually turns into Peter Capaldi, and I can't remember what episode that was. But that was a Christmas special as well. So, like, they have these big epic ones. They had one on Titanic that I never watched, actually. I never watched the Titanic one. But these big ones, and then there was like, oh, and then Goku's a superhero. And I was like, yay.
Goku was Sean Schemmel.
No, Goku in the Dragon Ball movie.
Oh, okay.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
That's why I was
like
like...
Yeah, Justin Chapman or something like that.
He's really where I was like...
He's really interesting. He just, like, he was not, like... No, okay, you know what? No. I'm going to give him that he tried really hard in Dragon Ball Evolution. It was the damn bastard who made that movie whose fault it is. It is his fault. It is no one else's.
It's on Netflix, is it? Watch that for movie.
No. If it was, we'd be watching it, trust me. Actually, really fun. Have you guys ever heard of The Cosmonaut? He's on YouTube. He did like a whole series on why the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man series is terrible, but in a good way. And then what he does what he calls the Cosmonaut Quickie, where he like watches movies and then they like clip up their like reactions to certain spots and then put it out there. And it was like maybe a 10-15 minute video. And they had him watching Dragon Ball Evolution for the first time. And he was like, this is so great. Because it was so bad. He loved it. And then he likes bad movies. And then they watched Good Burger. They did one for Good Burger, and that was great because they kept talking about like how the joke was the movie, and then it was over once the movie started, and then they just keep making jokes about how Kel is an alien. Like,
I haven't seen Good Burger in so fucking long.
It's amazing.
I don't even think I remember it at this point.
It was an amazing little quickie thing that he did, and he does breakdown videos. Like he broke down each and every single Marvel movie. He just binged them all and talked about them up through Infinity War, and got really drunk the whole time, so he fell asleep about halfway through, and then he did another video. Like, it was really good. If you haven't seen the Cosmonaut, I highly recommend the Cosmonaut. But he did a Dragon Ball Evolution one, so I don't know if we could do any better than that, because that movie, oh man, like I was actually kind of excited because I thought the casting was pretty decent. Like the guy they chose to be Piccolo, who played Spike in Buffy,
James Marsden.
Yeah.
Is this before being buffed out or after being buffed out?
After.
Yeah, I think it was after he was buffed
Okay.
out. I barely remember.
Yeah. Because, he is definitely... Yeah, he hit the weights. We've worked with him.
It's kind of hard to...
He's got...
It doesn't really show it if he is.
Well, that's because he's wrapped up in a terrible costume.
Yeah.
So.
It's just a horrible costume. Like, Jesus. Like, I don't... Why couldn't they put so much makeup on that damn man's face. Why couldn't they put a fucking bald cap on him with some more makeup? Like, what? Like an extra 20 minutes in the chair? Seriously? I don't know. I'm exaggerating because I don't know what it's like to be in a makeup chair. But,
see this.
It's... no thank you. No thank you, Jesus. That's what I will say about that.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
That's it. They left him with his hair.
Oh my god.
Piccolo has no hair. Why did they give him hair?
He doesn't have hair.
He doesn't have hair?
He doesn't have hair.
Oh yeah, that's even worse. Never mind. They should have put hair on him.
His head's huge.
Okay, seriously, you guys really need to check this out.
Okay, let me see if I can. Here we can. Okay, so
Yeah, his head's huge.
we're gonna do this.
Pull up this picture. It's the very first one that comes up.
We're gonna do this. Okay, guys, we're gonna do this for you. Okay, let's see.
I just did a Google search.
Piccolo.
That's so not how you spell it.
I know it'll tell me though.
Yep.
That's see. Images.
Yeah, first one.
First one. Okay.
First one.
Okay, guys, we're gonna bring you over to the computer screen. Nope, that's gameplay. Okay, we're going back. There we go. Here he is.
Yep.
There's that. Oh, look at that. That's just that's a thing that happened.
Piccolo.
Yeah, here we go. Here's some more.
Wow.
Oliver Queen in that one, I guess.
Some really good. I don't know what's going on back here. Like, who was she again?
Oh, who was she?
Was she even an important character? I can't remember.
Oh god, she was somebody.
Yeah, there's his face. That's his. I'm turning into the big monkey face.
He looks like from The Office. What's his name?
Oh, you're talking about Jim?
Oh my God.
No, not Jim. He looks like
How have I never seen this?
You haven't seen this movie?
How have I never seen this?
Who's Michael on The Office? Steven.
Oh, Steve Carell.
Steve Carell. That's what he looks like in that picture.
Oh my God.
Ah! Aha! Yes! Oh, okay. So we've been.
Looks like he has a face hugger egg for a head.
He does have a face.
What I really
egg
want
for
to
a
know,
head.
is why he's never had these photos out for when we do autograph sessions. Like,
Yeah.
why have we never?
I'll be signing them for days, son.
These are
Signing them for days. Shit.
Oh,
That's. This is all terrible. For those of you who are listening, I'm so sorry you can't see what we're seeing. Just Google Dragon Ball Evolution and just click. Just click. You'll find them all.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
this is Yamcha. This is Yamcha, which... sure.
That's fine.
Sure.
I have no issues with that.
Oh my God.
Oh. There we go. Okay, we're back. We are back. Yeah, I'm just not digging it.
What about Krillin?
There's no Krillin.
What?
That is why I hated that movie so much, because the entire time I'm like, where the hell is Krillin? They didn't even give me hair Krillin. Like, they could have given us hair Krillin, because hair Krillin is entertaining as hell.
Mm-hmm.
The day they put hair on Krillin, I was like, thank you.
Who are they beating up? And like, have you guys watched? I'm assuming you guys have watched the DBZ abridged, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. And they have the Krillin own count.
The Krillin own count.
Every time he gets owned, it's like a ding!
Ding!
Yeah.
In the corner. It's like the best way to watch DBZ.
The guy who voices Krillin in that series actually has the best Krillin voice, I think. Because he's like,
Ding!
Ding!
Anytime somebody tells me, they're like, yeah, I can't do DBZ, it just takes forever. And I'm like, DBZ abridged.
Yeah, DBZ abridged.
DBZ abridged. If you haven't watched it, just search, like YouTube search, DBZ abridged. Best way.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see the whole show. Every episode's abridged in like 5 minutes. They take out all of the extra crap that you don't care about. All the extra filler that they just threw in there to like make time.
It is written probably better than...
It's the best abridged series out there.
Yeah, it's so good.
And it's all of the abridged writers that were really popular all got together and did one abridged show together. So it's like, what, 10 different abridged writers that got together
Possibly,
on it?
I don't know. It's so good, though.
Yeah, because, there was, like, the abridged series was a really popular thing 10 years ago. And then all of the, like, really, really popular YouTube abridged series.
Oh, so... Update, Nintendo has no plans to release Legend of Skyward Sword on the Nintendo Switch. Listen, I'm gonna do this again. Why won't you let me give you my money? Why, Nintendo? I want to give you all of it, and you won't let me. This is your fault, Nintendo. This is your fault. The way they handle some things is just stupid. Like... How come there's not a Zelda HD collection on our goddamn Switch yet? How come there's not, like... How come we don't have the Ezio trilogy on the Switch? It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Port that shit.
Dude, I'd be more tempted to buy the Switch if that was a thing.
Yeah. The Ezio trilogy and Borderlands 2. Like, those are the two that I'm like, most obvious ports that need to happen today. Like, if the fact that they don't have Borderlands 2 on the Switch, I ranted about this last week, but you know what? It did not get recorded, so I will rant about it again today. Put Borderlands 2 on the Switch. I want that shit. Jay will get down on his knees, Nintendo, and do something special for you. I have a very special dance I will do for you if you give me Borderlands 2 on the Switch. That drives me nuts, though. I'm Nintendo. I don't know if I believe that we're gonna get the Avengers trailer today, but I think it's gonna come here soon. I'm kind of surprised why they haven't. I don't know, because they said that they weren't planning on doing anything until next year, but we'll see. We will see. I think that's the most on the nerdy news. Sorry, I just want to double check because I was like, if an Avengers trailer pops up, we should react to it. But it did not pop up, so that's what's been going on. But yeah, so if you guys, oh no, Nick, you were saying you played some Battletoads this morning.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I yelled at the screen.
Do you curse when you yell? Like,
oh yeah.
Are you one of those? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm surprised Jared hasn't heard me.
Literally, I don't know. Like, the only thing I ever heard from your guys' side was a laugh. Like, I heard laughing from time to time, and I'm like, well, that's probably the best scenario to come out of it. 2 houses down, I could hear the guy breaking up with his girlfriend at 2 in the morning.
Yep.
And I hear the best moment ever. This girl his daughter yell, "He gonna be the way he be, okay?" And the girlfriend goes, "Okay." And then I heard for about 15 minutes, "You should leave. I'm gonna leave. Fine, then leave. Fine, I will."
Yeah.
For like 15 minutes, it's just back and forth, and I almost yelled out, "Then one of you do it. Like, just leave."
It's been quiet over there lately.
That's not good.
So one of them actually left, I'm guessing?
Or one's dead.
Yeah, I was going to say, someone's probably dead. The kids are probably just pretending their dad's alive, like Weekends at Bernie's him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes the hit detection in Battletoads isn't the greatest. So I was yelling about not being able to, it's like, just, why aren't you fucking hitting him?
Right?
Hit him! You should be hitting him! Why aren't you fucking hitting him?
Hit him now! My biggest problem with Red Dead that I screamed at the TV today because I got murdered by a horse. Because I was an idiot. It was my fault. I tried to steal from its saddlebag. It kicked me in the face.
That'll kill you.
I survived. What did I do? Take health tonics? Get myself back up? No. I patted the horse down. I calmed it down. Went to steal from the saddlebag again. Kicked me in the face and killed me. So I went back to that ranch, murdered everyone again, relooted all their pockets, found that horse, did not murder it, even though I really, really, really wanted to, because I didn't want my honor rating going down, and I had a feeling if I did. And then I just left. I took off, because I got it was a pump-action shotgun from that ranch, and then I left. And then but that game, it was like, fucking horse! Like, I was just screaming. My neighbor's probably just hearing some guy yelling about a horse in his house. Like, hey, there's a
Interesting.
dryer sheet in my hoodie. I don't know how long I've had that. Oh. Calm down, stick. I've got a display that I've been working on, but we got this stick. So we did the debate for the Church of Sabrina. No, it was the Church of Satan versus the Netflix Sabrina. Have you guys heard about that case?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I got this stick as a thing, and I put on that devil mask over there, and I was like moderating the debate.
Who was doing the debate?
Well, it was between Dritz and Drake. Drake
Gotcha.
just started. He's pretty new.
Yeah. I still kick myself for missing that because I was going to chime in because actually, that's what they teach you in visual arts school. Like, you can't. That's what's plagiarism. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fully on the side of the Church of Satan on this one.
And they won.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Well, they settled a $50 million lawsuit.
Yeah, they settled it out of court amicably.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I watched the show. It was like I actually really liked the show and all that. But 100%, that was totally plagiarism. Like, it was
totally.
And
they even had the little kids in there. That wasn't in the original sketch. I mean.
And people who are trying to pull the whole "but it's Satanism," who fucking cares? That's still a religion, and it's still plagiarism.
Well, so
it's you.
Yeah, but can a church have a trademark?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Anybody can, really. I mean,
yeah.
And
well, I just didn't know. I was
not necessarily trademarked, but
yeah, that particular statue is trademarked. It is their trademarked artwork.
That is very interesting. Well, and so we got like in the debate, like there was a long conversation about boobs, like it's because the way that they were making out, the two guys were making it out was that like the statue had like straight boobs, and it wasn't really straight. It was like a set of pecs.
Yeah, they weren't
like
boobs.
yeah,
boobs
they
in
weren't
the original
they
Switch,
weren't
but
like
neither of
full
the
breasts. They were just like a set of like defined pecs. So looking it up, I see now, and I'm like, oh, okay. But like when they were first describing it to me, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I was like, this does not have boobs. Like this is.
Yeah.
They're like, well, they're the pecs, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, we're talking about boobs. We're talking about pecs, and I'm like, and I understand terminology can kind of work there, but you're stretching a little thin, guys.
Also, a good chunk of the debate, if I remember right.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, and they just kind of repeated themselves a lot, and I was like, okay. All right. So I just decided, but I decided for the Church of Satan because the whole argument was a little convoluted on the other side, whereas the copyright was where the main focus was to be.
I mean, to be perfectly honest,
I went with Witch Law from the show I went with Witch Law, and it was guilty until proven innocent. So
and the truth of the matter is that the only thing the other side is really complaining about is the fact that they're like, but it's Satanists. Satanists shouldn't have any doesn't fucking care who it is.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, it's still copyright.
My argument is like a church shouldn't have. I don't feel like churches should have like copyright.
If it's if an artist creates a piece of art, it doesn't matter like who you're creating it for. Like it's still a piece of artwork. Mm-hmm. An artist made that for them. Like that is still an artistic sketch, or it's still like you've got your Sistine Chapel. All of the art, like just because. Like the Catholic Church has their own statues or their own art pieces inside.
Are those trademarked?
A lot of them are, yeah.
Holy hell!
Think about it. Think about all those different statues or different all the different paintings that are done or the different murals that are done. That's still an artist's work.
Yeah, and that goes into photography too. Like if you drew something from a photograph, you can't do that. Wow, you cannot do that.
Yeah. Huh. Without the artist's permission, or without the artist's permission, or without paying for the right to do it, you can't do that. That's still an artist's work. Yep. And whoever owns that artist's work, you have to get their permission to do that.
So, yeah. It is a little weird, though. Do you think, like, someone who makes, like, a professional TV show didn't think...
Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to get away with.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing is... Because it belongs to Satanists, they think they can get away with it because nobody's going to stand up for Satanists.
If they know anything about Satanists, they know that he threatens to sue all the time, so maybe they should.
Well, in the to be perfectly honest, the Church of Satan has only started suing people recently because they're only starting to stand up for themselves recently.
Well, they were saying this was like a separate, like there's two sects.
There is two different
This is a separate one that does it more often than the main line.
There are two different forms of Satanists. There's the church, there's the Satanic Church and the Church of Satan, one of which is the one that worships Satan and the one of which that worships yourself. It's two totally different religions, two totally different concepts. One is a religion where Satan actually is the core of the religion. The other one, which is the core of the religion, is you worshiping yourself. The concept being that Satan was thrown from heaven because he refused to worship humans over himself. Therefore, on that same token, each human should be worshiping themselves over anyone else. So that is one version of the religion, whereas the other religion is where you actually are choosing Satan. Mm-hmm. So they're two totally different religions.
Well, but I've heard even like the one where it's like you worship yourself and it's broken down into two different. Then there's like one that is sort of your main line that everyone knows of, and then there's one that is actually the one suing people.
Yeah, there's like I said, it's the Church of Satan and the Satanic Church.
Which is like any church. There's like 100 different forms for each religion anymore.
Yep. Like who's the name of the person who actually wrote the Satanic Bible?
I can't remember.
I don't remember his name, but anyways, one follows his teachings and one doesn't.
I was just saying we have that on the we have that on the show. That's on that episode. Drake
Fun
was
fact.
busting out those facts, and I was like, I don't know.
I've done a ton of research into all this because
I couldn't concentrate on the argument because of your outfit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a good outfit.
Well, so I should have had you moderate it. That would have been because you would have had a better. But so Drist's point is because he is a Satanist. He said he goes because I said it might be a good idea is for you to play the devil's advocate, so then you learn more in this scenario. And he's like, I literally cannot be unbiased in this argument. He's like I'm trying, but he's like I can't. So I have to argue for the Church of Satan. I'm like okay, and I'm like, what do you think, Drake? And he's like, I'm cool with whatever. So Drake shows up day one, first day he's ever been on the podcast. He got note cards. He can't even read them. He's just chucking them over his shoulder as he reads them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's incredibly entertaining.
I'm Wiccan, and a lot of people confuse that for Satanist or satanic. Oh, yeah. And I've done research papers. Like my senior paper in high school was actually quite literally, what is the difference between Satanism and Wicca? And why is both religions perfectly fine? And
that's awesome.
It was a whole paper. It was like a 12 or 15 page paper or whatever on the difference between them and why neither of them are what you think they are.
Christians basically just adopted all the pagan holidays, so everything pagan has to be the opposite of Christians.
Well, and literally pagan just means something that is a religion that is non-monotheistic. Mm-hmm. That is the definition of pagan. A religion that is non-monotheistic. So if you believe in anything that is not a single god, any sort,
that makes sense. Pagan.
Anything.
Huh.
That is the definition of pagan.
And see, guys, normally I like so I've had to draw the I've had to tell Drist a couple of times hey, let's not talk about religion right now. But that's because he'll go into a rant of Christianity sucks. Here's why. And he'll be like, Mormons suck. Here's why. And I'm like, we don't want people to get offended, in the sense that we don't want people to feel attacked. But I feel
I know,
this...
a lot of great Christians.
Yeah.
I know a lot of great pagans. I know a lot of shitty Christians, and I know a lot of shitty pagans.
So
there's a difference.
Yeah, so the great thing about this is it's more educational. This is us nerding out about religion, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah, I think that religion can be a great thing, and I think that people can go... in my family, it's actually fascinating. My mom is Christian, my dad's Baha'i, my stepdad's atheist, I'm pagan, my sister is agnostic, my ex-husband was shaman. Everybody in my religion, or everybody in my family is a different religion. I don't know how it worked out that way.
My family's just a bunch of Christians. That's not interesting.
My mother is Christian, but didn't like the Christian church. She didn't like the way they did things, so she took me to pagan festivals growing up. Despite her being Christian, she felt like her pagan friends did things better than her Christian friends did. So she deliberately took me to pagan festivals instead.
The only reason why I ever went to church when I was a kid was so my parents could have alone time. So much irony to that. And I'm semi-religious, but I'm not here's what I'll say, and I'll say this is my opinion. You can have your own opinion however you want religiously, but my personal belief is that whenever it comes to the Bible, it is this thing. It's kind of silly how they find this object. They found the Dead Sea Scrolls, and then they choose from there which ones go in and which ones don't, because things have to make sense, you know. And then then of course it is translated over several different languages. And by the time it gets to me, it's translated one more time. But then, depending on which Bible you have, it's also reinterpreted, several times. And then it's taught to you by your specific church, which has their own interpretations of that interpretation. Yep. So it's really hard banking your faith on that.
I wrote a tongue in cheek song about how many times it's been translated, and how in the song, Satan's the one that guided the hands that translated again each time, and so
and I think it can mean whatever you need it to mean at times. I know people who feel that they've opened the Bible and found the exact passage that they needed at that time to help them get through a situation, and I think that's the purpose and the point. But I think when you get to the point where you're picking apart every word and then saying this is how it is specifically, I think that's what causes problems.
Yeah, there's some great teachings in the Bible.
Yeah. It's got some great philosophies to it.
So I am religious, and I think that my own personal opinion, I think like if you're gonna have faith, it should be. I think you need to also have your own stories that you learn from, your own allegories, because these stories and everything are like 2,000 years old. Mm-hmm. Today is a completely different time. How do we know that the Bible today isn't the cookbook from Paula Deen? Yeah. You know, like it's just it's you know.
The best thing that I've ever heard from somebody, and I use this in my belief and how I view religion, is someone told me that religion is like this gigantic mirror that's been shattered into millions of pieces, and everybody has a small piece, and everybody's convinced they have the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
it makes sense.
Here's the thing, and here's the reason why I'm not atheist, is simply because if you look back, I feel like I do believe that religion and science coincides, but when you go all the way back, there's a point where religion keeps going and science stops it. There was a Big Bang, and I'm like, I can't get with that. Like, I still think something did something to make something happen.
Yeah, I don't understand why people people who think that the Big Bang, why that can't prove that religion was a thing. Like, why those can't coincide? Like, why can't you?
I feel like that proves more that something happened than something didn't happen. That's my own opinion. But I
love when you get scientists
what it was and where it was.
And
yeah. Like what it was and how it happened, I don't know. And if you disagree, I wholeheartedly think you have that right, and it's good for you. Like I do. Like it's just, to me, I have my own interpretation. Yeah. I'm cool about that. It's weird. It's
I always thought religion is almost like almost anything else. Like you can't really choose what you believe. It's just how you make sense of the universe.
Give me that controller. I'm not plugging that. I just want to play with it. Sorry. Keep talking.
Yeah, so everybody's like, oh, you shouldn't believe this, shouldn't believe that, but that's just how it makes sense in their head, how the universe runs. So it's not really a choice for them. You can't really choose to be like, okay, I'm gonna stop believing in this and start believing in this. Like, for me, that's not really much of a choice.
I'm not. I will be right back, guys. Quality is not nearly what this thing could be, probably.
What's funny is I think that's actually the one we have at home.
Son of a bitch! God damn it!
That's okay.
This guy recommended this to me over Twitch. His name is Harris Heller. He's the, again, reason why this looks the way that it looks. He's going to be the reason why it sounds the way that it sounds. He went to school for like guitar, so he understands audio pretty well. His wife sings like professionally. Her name's like Lindsay Nemo. They did this thing called what was it? They did a program. Hang on, my brain farted. Sorry. They did vines, and they had this vine where it was like, I wish that I could, and they'd move their face down, they'd turn into nerds, be like, be like the cool kids, and they went back up, and they're back to normal, be like the cool kids, and so they're really talented, and he does, like, now he does, like, streaming tutorial videos, and he talks about, like, how to, like, he does all sorts of things. How to make your stream better. He's the one who designed the Mario that pops in and goes down whenever we get a follow. He designed, now that we have sub buttons, we have a Charizard that pops in. Well, so it's Charmander, and then the next level of subs, so if you sub for like 2 months, it's Charmeleon. And then if someone subs for like 3 months, Charizard pops up and it blows fire and it says the person's name.
I want to see that. Somebody needs a sub while I'm on.
Yeah, like it's so cool. I've tested it a few times just to see it, and I'm like, oh. But
I still want to see this.
He also did a Bulbasaur for one of, like, we don't have this one, but he has a Bulbasaur and it pops in and it like whips the leaves at the name, and then the name actually cuts into pieces and falls off. Like he
Awesome.
did all the coding and all the design work for it and stuff.
That's cool.
So it was really, really cool. So I sent him because he has a whole audio thing, and I got the microphones that he recommended, but I was like, the mixer that he recommended had 2 inputs, and I was like, I want to do up to 4, and he was like, I spent $200 on this one, get it, and I was like, okay. So, and then this one I got on eBay had 4 XLR cables come with it, because that was one of the things that he recommended that would come separately, that you'd have to pay like $10 a pop.
Right.
So it was $200, and then I made an offer for $180. They countered offered for $190, which I didn't know you could do on eBay. Apparently you can. Yeah, like on certain buy now products, you can counter offer. So they counter offered for $190. I hit I got a $5 coupon, so I saved $15 on this. Technically, I saved $45 because of all the XLR cables. And then I got the 2 microphones with boom stands. I still have this boom stand, so I got one that's still coming that doesn't have a boom stand. And they have like shock mounts and all that stuff, and pop filters. So we got all the microphones, we got the mixer next week, guys. Next week.
Nice.
But I'm so happy because that means all week I can set this up.
Sweet.
So
if you get stuck on something and need help, I'm sure Devin would be happy to help.
Yeah, no, seriously, if he ever wants to swing over and edumacate me, I would not disagree, because Harris Heller put up like a picture and stuff,
right?
Which is basically what I'm gonna go with. But for personalization, because
oh yeah,
I've been listening to like audio tutorials, and I don't fucking get it. Like I don't.
Devin talks at me. So my partner is an audio engineer for a living. That's what he went to college for. That's his specialty. Like that's what he does for a living. And I do like theater work, and I'll do lighting, and I'll do stage management, and I'll do all sorts of things. But when it comes to audio, like he talks at me, and it just
yeah.
I don't understand anything. The more he talks, the more it just my eyes cross, and I have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't do a very good job of understanding lighting.
He has a board that has like literally like 100 of these little knobs, and he'll pull it out to work on somebody's mix. Like he's doing a custom mix at home, and he'll be working in the living room, like trying to mix somebody's CD. And I'm like, what do you need 100 knobs for?
Well,
I don't understand.
It took me the longest time to understand that. So each audio channel gets its own section of knobs.
Oh yeah, it does.
So the first time I saw it, I was like, "What in the fuck?" And they're like, "Well." So every input will have its own. It's so cold.
So he's got some little ones like this, but he also has this large one that has, like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get.
Yeah, I know. I just made a Casper reference.
And now he does mixing via iPad. What's really funny is he also even has a mixer via his phone. We were at a concert at one point, like at the Iowa State Fair, and he realized that the person who was mixing for the concert was using the same mixer he uses on his app. And he's like, he realized he was like, I could take over the mixing right now. Apparently the guy wasn't doing very well at it. And he's like, I could totally take over right now, override that guy's, and I could actually mix this concert right now. And we were like, you should fucking do it. You should go, you should totally do it and mess with this guy.
Like, man, I was doing great last night.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what I was doing,
got
but all of a sudden
way
it just
better.
sounded way better.
So so something that's sad, but still kind of a funny story. In a really sad way, is I was at a funeral for someone, and it was a very large funeral. Like, I mean, a lot of people were there, like in the thousands, and it was where I used to work over at BGM, and the guy who's in charge of the fucking audio, like, his name is Don, and just like, he's the guy that, like, he was in charge of the lighting for all the plays and shit, all the high school plays, and I'd be like, fucking Don, because we would cut, like, he left this hot pink lighting from, I don't know if I have a USB cable for this. He left the hot pink lighting from, fuck, I don't think they sent a cable with this thing. Anyways, the hot pink lighting from, what is that musical? Good Morning Baltimore.
Hairspray?
Yeah, Hairspray. Left the hot pink lighting from Hairspray up for 3 years. One of them being Shrek the Musical. I'm pretty sure that's actually what's on my microphone there. So.
Oh, is that? Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I should have, like, I should be fine. I just need
if you don't, just let me know. Dad might be able to get me an extra one.
I was just like, oh, so good. But so Hairspray the musical, he left up the lighting from that for 3 years. One of the musicals being Shrek. And I was like, Don, and he's like, that's fine. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Don. And so Don did the audio for this funeral, and there was like, you just on all the microphones, and I'm like,
oh, God.
I don't even know that much about audio, but I know enough to make it not do that. Because this is one of the things, like, we learned when I was working for production services on campus, where I worked, or when I went to school in Platteville, is they made me do the audio for like a stand-up comedy show. I showed up late. No, it was an open mic night. I showed up late, and the guy was like, just play with these knobs. Don't fuck it up. You're in charge of sound because you showed up late. And I was like, what the fuck? He's like, well, I'm running lighting. So I was like, but
I don't know sound.
But I was like, all right. And he's like, nope, sorry. And I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, they put me in charge. They also put me in charge at a thing. Oh, someone's hosting us. Who's that? For 8 viewers. That is, so we're being hosted. So 8 people, they're just sending them over from their thing to see it. Oh, it's Dank. It's Dank. Thanks, Dank. Dank. Smokin' Dank 5280 is actually the guy that I did a streamer highlight video of him. He actually lives in Denver. If you don't know the Smokin' Dank 5280 thing, he explained it to me. It was quite entertaining. But yeah, welcome, guys. Welcome. Who we got? Here's Dank. Hey, man.
Jason,
Hey, look, Dank. I got a mixer. Wait.
Chris says Jay has played this new toy on stream after getting it. It's now Nick and Tiana Nerdy Podcast with Jay. He's busy.
Jay is busy. I'm over here like, y'all are talking. I'm like, ooh, look what I got.
New toys.
My wife's gonna be like, what the hell is this? The thing that scares me is this was $200, but
No, that's okay.
I'm beyond pumped because this means we can get an extra person in on a podcast. We'll each have our own microphone.
It's really nice.
Sweet.
The only thing I have to like really look into is I think I'm gonna have to get an actual set of headphones for this specifically to hear the feedback. But other than that, I think it's gonna be great. I'm so excited. This is what, like, my wife's gonna look at this and be like, that's $200. What the hell?
Whereas every time we get, like, Devin got, like, the new mixer, he gets new microphones, and he's like, well, and he tries to, like, justify the money, and I'm like, you own an audio business. Like, you literally own your own audio business. You do not have to justify spending money on it.
He's good.
Yeah, my wife's like, yeah, that podcast that you do for free in the office? Yeah, stop it. Don't spend all that money. I'm like, I don't know what I want to spend all that money. And then I spent more money on controllers than I should have because that's like $80.
It's not bad.
But I'm like super excited. Like,
It's not bad.
Yeah.
See, that's where I'm at right now with my fire props or like my LED flow prop. Oh yeah, I'm spending way too much money on.
Yesterday I spent I think $50 on a game that I'm not even gonna like.
Oh.
Really?
Yep.
Us.
Lucia, classic tale of Japanese horror for Super Nintendo.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. It sounds fun, but a lot of the mechanics are off, and I know that going in, but I'm still having fun with it. So.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm just beyond excited right now because I got so many good Black Friday deals, and so the only thing I missed was Hey You Pikachu and Hey You Eevee for like $35.
I'm really considering. I just need to get a Switch just so I can get Hey You Eevee.
It's adorable.
I want it so bad.
You can pet it, and then it'll make cute sounds.
I want it.
It'll make it love you more.
I'm kind of thinking I just want Mario Kart to start though, so then like I can because I can do up to 4 players on Mario Kart now with all my controllers.
Just so everybody knows, I have an obsession with Eevee. Just a little bit.
Yeah,
what's your favorite evolution?
Actually, it's gotten to the point where I just like Eevee.
Oh,
you can't evolve Eevee. Yeah, it doesn't evolve.
It doesn't. I don't need it to evolve.
Eevee, so
literally, I just want Eevee.
Stays Eevee.
Just want Eevee.
Sarah was a little disappointed because she wanted. That's why she picked it. She's like, Eevee has some badass evolutions.
So like my obsession with Eevee started as this it started as a joke between me and Devin, and because he never played Pokemon, but we entered into a community in St. Louis. We were joining the King community, and a lot of people do nicknames so that you don't have to give your real name to people. And we were talking about nicknames and all that, and he suggested Eevee as in EVY, not even thinking about the Pokemon because he didn't play it. Well, earlier that day, I had watched a college video of someone who had done a video and posted it to YouTube called Pokemon the Musical, which if you've never seen it, you should totally check it out. It's hilarious. And there's a point where Gary...
We're going to put a link up to that on
totally,
Facebook this week, so follow our
totally
Facebook
putting it
if
on.
you haven't already. We'll put up a link.
And there's a part in it where like Gary sends out Eevee against Meowth and Team Rocket, and Eevee just comes out and goes, being cute, and Team Rocket's like, no!
Oh, I've seen that! I remember that now.
And I showed this to Devin, and Devin just lost it laughing, and he's like, that is your nickname.
I think you showed us that at Gamers
Probably.
once. Yeah.
Probably. And so he's like, that is your new nickname. Like, so that became, like, my king name. But we entered the community, and everybody already knew me from other communities, and so we didn't end up going with nicknames. We just went with my real name. So then I went to this next convention. I went to Gen Con, I think, and I was trying to buy a gift for Devin. And I couldn't think of anything, and I walked past a booth and saw this little plush Eevee, and I thought, oh, this will be hilarious. And so I started buying little Eevee toys for Devin at every convention I went to for the first couple of years. So I bought him like a plush Eevee, I bought him Eevee t-shirts, I bought him like Eevee stands, I bought him little then it became this joke between us. So he bought me Eevee t-shirts, then it just became a reoccurring theme, and then so now it's just an obsession with Eevee because of this joke of like Eevee being cute. Nah.
I remember this. I don't know
if I've seen that.
I feel like
God,
that was the day.
We'll put the video
Gamers.
up.
Like,
my God, it's so cute.
Yeah, I think we all watched that at one point. I feel like you busted that out for us, and we were like, "Yay!"
The whole video is just gold. When Misty comes out and she's like introducing herself, she's like, "Hey there, Ash. Ash baby, are you ready to jet? I'm the famous water trainer, and I'll make you so." And he's like, "Let's go visit our old pal Brock."
I do remember that.
It's like, oh, he's the Poke trainer with the really big. And yeah.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Fantastic.
We got things we got to do today. Unfortunately, we're kind of pegging work in there. Nick and I, at least today,
I'm out of work for 3 months.
Yeah, you're out, but you're doing performances and stuff. So
performing.
You're staying busy also.
Oh, I'm teaching now too.
What?
Nice.
Oh, the fire.
Flow, and it's not going to be fire.
It'll be
flow, but I am teaching in Des Moines now.
That's so awesome.
I start teaching next Tuesday.
Well, congratulations. I miss teaching. I miss working on theater and stuff. I just don't miss teenagers.
I'm gonna start with adults, and then I'm gonna be working with kids.
I kind of thought about
10-year-olds kind of thing.
I kind of thought about teaching, because we have the arts council here in Grinnell. I thought about seeing if they would want to do a class, sort of one of those, like, because there's a lot of parents that want to make their kid the next Fortnite streamer. And so I could, like, provide the basics of streaming to them, like helping them understand what Twitch is and how to work it, and then actually maybe even, like, researching some of the dangers for kids. Because there is a lot of danger out there. Like, my sister's terrified of having her kids out there on YouTube and Facebook because you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
So I thought about, like, that would be a good idea because I do know how to stream a bit. So, like, enough to explain it. Because I got in this conversation with a guy who was trying to, he wanted to buy a webcam, and then I was like, well, I was trying to sell him my microphone, and he was like, well, I don't need a microphone right now. He's like, but can you give me some advice on the things that I need? And so we were going over the specs on his computer and all this, and then we finally came down to it, and he had an Xbox One. His son was playing on an Xbox One, and he had a Kinect, and I'm like, that's really, like, if you have a headset, a Kinect, and an Xbox One, and you're just trying to see if this is one of those things your kid wants to get passionate about, start with that. Like, maybe learn a little bit about how a Twitch channel layout works, but other than that, let your kid play on a Kinect. Because it's an expensive hobby. I have a $200 mixer. It's an expensive hobby.
Yeah.
So letting your kid try it out as if it were, like, baseball before you spend $70 on their cleats.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. Like, I would say buy a Kinect and let them play, or a PlayStation camera and let them play on there and, like, learn a little bit about the layout. And then from there, if they're serious about it, invest in a PC, invest in, dual screen monitors and that type of junk, because it's a slow going hobby too. Like, it's one you got to kind of work on. So, but we do got to take off, guys. So, guys, you guys have a great day. We're gonna see you next time. Remember, check us out on iTunes and Google Play. You can download us, put a little nerdy in your pocket. We got links in the description down below, or there's buttons right down there. You just click on the picture, boom, it'll take you right there. We are on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and CastBox as well. Also, we're going to be putting this podcast, and then we're hopefully going to maybe put some bite-sized chunks of other podcasts, maybe this one, because I think we had a good religion topic today, out on YouTube, so you can subscribe to us on YouTube. And you can also check us out live on Twitch every Wednesday around noonish. Today was a little bit different. We had a lot going on. We might try to tweak that a little bit, just because of reception and stuff like that. But you can check us out. You can hit follow. If you want, you can hit subscribe. We wouldn't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But also, Charizard pops up if you do that, so that's pretty dope.
I really want to see this Charizard. I really want to see this Charizard.
So, if you've got that subscription, we are now affiliates, which is dope as hell. And again, I don't know if Dank is still around, but you were a big part of that as well. So thank you so much for helping us get there, buddy. Any of the Dank friends. You guys are all a big part of that. So thank you so much for getting us where we're at today, because it's just a huge honor to be where we are. It'll probably be years before we're partnered, but hey, if we're still here talking nerdy in years, good to go. Yeah. So Chris has already slated the episode he's going to pop up on for the 100th episode. He's like, I'm going to be in this one, and he wrote the date down, and I'm like, I don't even know if that's the date. So we'll see you guys later. You guys have a great day.
Nice.
Yeah. Follow us on our social media. What did he say?
Good night, guys. I'll miss you, Tiana and Nick. I get the Twitch Prime and sub next time Tiana is on.
Oh,
nice.
Okay. Next time Tiana, that's an interesting. Okay. Oh, he's going to save it so you can see Charizard.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Well, you'll see Charmander, but...
Charmander, okay.
Okay, guys. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.